This channel is about me. I live in this prison. As you can see, there's this prison. Okay, it looks like I'm free, but I'm not free. This is a prison. And these videos in this channel, you will see attempts made by me to escape this prison, to escape. In fact, I don't want to escape. I want to destroy the prison, which is different than escaping. Escaping is something like you are scared and no, I want to destroy. It would be funny to read the comments people have made. Watch Pastor Anderson. I highlighted this because me too watch videos by Pastor Anderson. Now, since we live in this age of deception, I don't trust not even myself. I will talk about this, the possibility that they have to control us remotely nowadays. Son, you gotta believe me, son, when I say that they can control us in distance with satellites, microchip everywhere in our bodies, which I don't know how it entered in our bodies, but I don't understand it, but I'm trying to learn. So, Steven Anderson, I don't know. He might be whatever, an agent or whatever, but I like it because there is something in me that when I watch this guy, likes him. But there are also things that I don't like about Pastor Anderson. And there are things like the fact that he says, you should obey your boss. You should obey your boss, and whatever your boss tells you, you gotta do it. I mean, there are jobs, for example, that should be done. For example, you should clean your house. I'm not putting down, for example, people that clean, for example. There's nothing wrong. It's something that must be done. But when we have a situation when someone that has the power over you, that has more money than you, controls you, and that is not good. In my opinion, we all have brains and we know how to use them if we let us use and share the profit with others. Hey, Marcel, go back and defend your country. Great suggestion, but the problem is that I am completely alone. Unfortunately, Albanian sheep, there are all these kind of nations, sheep. When I see the Albanian sheep, I don't have this image of the soldier ready to fight, I don't see. I see just lazy people like the image we have of Mexicans with big hats, La siesta. I can't go with an army of sheep, We came here in Albania to take over our country. While in Albania today, there are the wolves that are in control of our country today. Hey guys, we will talk also about this, the Aztec. There is this serpent, no? Sometimes you see this serpent. Look at that. In the villas of rich people, for example, this is a villa of Berlusconi. Everybody knows Berlusconi, bunga bunga, the pedophile. And you can see in his villa the serpent. And, we that have read the Bible know that the serpent, yes, the devil cutting people and taking their heart for this serpent, And they symbolize this serpent this way, this serpent that eats man. Oh, how nice is this? Very friendly people. And this is what the big families here in Italy used, which is strangely very, very, very similar to the Aztecs. We have a cross here. And this is a man inside the mouth of the serpent. Very nice. Now, this is the logo of the channel. So if I put here, Canale 5, which started like this, and now they made it like this. Well, it's just part of the file. Just, the pen at the end just went like this, and nothing wrong here. Nothing to see here, slave. Go away, slave. Can't you see that this is just, a flower? So this is the lady. Someone asked me. These waves can be used, can be generated from a weapon, and in fact, they used it to scare the crowd that are protesting. For example, they use this weapon. Here we go, guys. This is sonic, so this is with audio. This one is thermal. This one causes heat. You feel extreme heat. This one, very nice looking guy here, a very friendly guy, which will burn you alive if we let them do it. For them, it will be just like pushing a button. History Channel. So they start with documentaries that they present you what they are going to use on you. Here, slave, watch this documentary because you have to get used to seeing these monsters machines that we will use against you, sheep. We just have to show you over and over again and again. We will see this in documentaries and everywhere, in the news and everywhere. Oh, look at the nice looking car with the satellite dish. How cool is that? I want that car also. I will buy a little model, toy model for my kid so that he can play. I bet they will do it. This killing machine, they will turn it to a toy. So going back to my country is not possible, guys. Now, this guy is from Switzerland. Mr. Albanian, you Albanians make it look like you give a crap about what others think. Obviously not. Oh, if someone doesn't know, Switzerland is always this neutral country that, they don't touch because, look, guy, we are going to kill all this sheep here in Europe. We'll make this slaughter. But hey, we should never touch this place, okay, because we have all the money here, okay? And so, okay, we can bomb everywhere, but Switzerland, you are neutral. You should just stay there and keep our money. Defend our gold. Proud to be a Swiss. So proud. All the money laundering and all the people that put the money there because you can pay less taxes. That is not right, because people then, instead of paying the taxes in their country, they go there because the taxes are lower. So their country suffers because less people have to share the burden. So let Dr. Jones talk. G. Do you know that this is blasphemy? You are meaning Jesus. You say here, hey, host. Somehow I became the host. I'm a prisoner. I'm not a host. It's not about you, blah, blah, blah. And look, since I got lots of people who told me, many were kind comments, kind words of encouragement and sympathize with what I say. I was thinking, I will do this. Since people think that I talked more than Dr. Jones, YouTube has this option that if I type the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until 9 here, you go to 10%, 20%, 30%, and so on. Okay, randomly I will pick 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, and we will see. If only my face appears, it means that I talk too much. Michael Jones here. Let's make the cross. And Marcel Minga, M&M here. I will type now. If you push 1, it goes to 10%. Look who we have here. It's me. So guys, you are right. Who makes more appearances will say has talked more. Let's go to 20% now. 20%. Jones. 30%. It's me. Oh, look. 50%. Well, it's me again. It looks like I was talking a lot. 50%. And 60%. Of course, it's me. 70%. Oh, it's me again. Looks like I'm losing. 80%. It's Dr. Jones. 90%. It's Dr. Jones. And guys, since there is no way to put 10, because there are no letters to put 10, I will show you the bar here, the slider here at the end. And looks, this is the last frame. This is the last frame. I can go more than 50, 58, you know. And so this is looks like Dr. Jones to me. So you can't say that I talk more than him. It's not true. Nino Giampaolo. Nino. How are you, Nino? Your name looks very, very Italian to me. Nino, which stands for Antonino, which is diminutivo di Antonio, which is Anthony. Anthony Jean-Paul, he says this comment about us Albanians, and I was saying, look what will happen if I change every time I see the word Albanian, I change it with Italians, since you know Italians came long ago in America. The wheel turns, guy. Remember, today's us, tomorrow will be you. Italians, guys. Look, it's the same. Italian, not long ago, going in America, in the US, and this is Albanians going to Italy. Look, but they already forgot. What will happen to this comment if I just switch the names? Instead of Albanian, I put Italian, and instead of Italy, I put US. Let's hear all this. So the Albanians, so the Italians have a very bad reputation in US. It has all started since the 50s, not 90s, but 50s or 40s. I don't know when it started. The Italians came to America. When a lot of Italians fled America after the collapse of their country, and because of brutal crimes committed by some of them in America, all of them took a bad name. Oh, look. The same thing didn't happen with other nationalities. I mean, only Italians were bad, such as, Chinese, Polish, Afro-American, and so on. I don't know the reason of that. Okay, you don't know the reason of that? Slowly but surely, we are learning about what happened to us. Dr. Jones, this guy looks like Soros Stooge, if ever I saw one. Soros loves migrants, and he wants to flood Europe with migrants. But in this video, of course, with Dr. Jones, we discussed the opposite, how to return and not be fooled into accepting the way that they move us as people. So if someone from America or Canada is watching, if you let them do what they did to us, the next migrants, unfortunately, my friend, will be you. For example, the California fires, they see, for example, that the way that the cars and homes of these people burned, it's very suspicious. For example, you could see that there are cars completely burning with often even people inside, carbonized completely, just the skull. And next to the car or home, you could see a tree not without a burn, standing there, not burned, not black. What I'm saying with this, that they have the power to move people however they want. It looks like, it's nature, but it's not nature. It's nurture. So I was paid by Soros, of course, very bright, and you came to this conclusion just in a few hours. Compliments, my compliments. So the same thing I was told by Paul Bennett, which was very helpful because he also suggested me a session of therapy. But since I don't want to be, I'm afraid I could turn normal, and I don't want to be normal because I don't want to be normal like Paul Bennett, for example, that goes in a YouTube channel and just says to people he doesn't know, you should have a session of therapy. I don't want to be normal like you, Paul. Never. Never. So what do we have here? This one. This one, I like this comment. FX2PI. Oh, hi. It must be a robot. Hopefully more people, now listen to this. This is a good comment. Hopefully more people of Italy like Marcel enter the discussion. I hope, my friend, but I guarantee you that people, even here in Italy, I have tried to make videos. In fact, in my channel, there are lots of videos which, have the medicine wrapped in lots of sugar. So there are videos in my channel that looks all crazy and artistic but the main message in all of them is how to get together and see that we are in the Titanic and we are sinking. Stop fighting with each other because we are going down. There's no time to fight with each other. They need to learn how the CIA meddled and social engineered their country after World War II. Yeah, you are right, my friend. Here in Italy, it's so corrupt and so unbelievable. In fact, I wanted to tell just a few important things that happen in Italy, and so that people have an idea of how bad the things are here in Italy. Look up Frank Bruno Gigliotti, which I didn't know this name. Licio Gelli, this one is very famous. In fact, when I talked about that serpent there, Berlusconi is one of the lodge that he founded, Licio Gelli. Like Skull and Bones, for example, you have Skull and Bones in America, where George Bush, for example, is a member. In this P2, they call it like this, P2, which is P2, Propaganda 2. P2. It's like a lodge, if I'm correct, like Skull and Bones, as I said. And members of this group of psychopaths is, for example, this Licio Gelli, and also Bunga Bunga, Berlusconi, pedophiles. And so, for example, I was thinking, when this is important, guys. I have to be. You have to see me now. It's important. Have you seen, for example, when, for example, there's a movie, or you see names of the actor, for example, it says, the name Leonardo DiCaprio, and at the bottom, actor. Or, for example, Steve Anderson, cameraman. Okay? Now, I was thinking, we should have another way of typing this. And this should be this one. In my opinion, since, as I said in the video, there are only two categories that we should care about as human beings, these two categories are wolf and sheep, my friend, sheep. This is sh, so I don't put s. So wolf and sheep. So are you the prisoner? Are you the prisoner, or are you the oppressor, the guard? I don't know how do you call people outside the prison. So in this case, since these guys use child sacrifice in their nice meetings, since they are animals, they worship serpents that eat people and everything. We should have this kind, for example. How do you call them? The guy, American president, George Bush. Let's say George Bush, Georgie Bush. Which it's very funny when you put name, for example, to an animal. It's Georgie, okay, but Bush, come on, it looks weird, because when I see these people, I usually see I have this image that I have saved of a hyena with the tie and the suit, and these people, when I see these monsters, I see them like this. It looks like a sheep, but anyway, these are teeth. Okay, and Georgie, come here, Georgie. So, Georgie, let me change la punta. It's the brush size here. So the first time. So we have here, we have one of them, and in this case, let's say someone normal. Do we have normal people? Okay, let's say Joe White. I made up this name. Okay, so George Bush, Georgie, will have to have this first thing, which describes the type of category we're dealing with. So if George Bush appears in the video, for example, in a movie or documentary mostly, because we like documentary about animals in Africa. So Georgie, and we say, in this movie appeared Georgie, which is, first of all, a monster. Then we can say president, pedophile, and child molester and everything, so things like that. Things that this guy can do. Well, what else can they do? Can they do anything else? Can they play piano? Can you imagine George Bush playing piano? I don't think so. Do you imagine George Bush writing books? I don't think so. He is a monster. And then his real profession, pedophile. Okay, like this other pedophile here. Okay, we have monster, Berlusconi, monster first, and then your profession, pedophile even for you. Okay, well, in case of Joe White, human being, H, for example, just H, and we can say cameraman. Okay, so this, I was thinking this, it would be easier to spot the monsters. Okay, even better, because it's too long. Let's say just an M for monsters and an H for humans. So when from now on, I want this formatting when they put the names Even, for example, in the newspaper, George Bush, pedophile of America, president of America. But before this, president, a pedophile of America, they should put an H, like they do with Democrats and Republicans. They put the D or the R in front. Now put the M of the monsters. Okay, animals, beasts. Okay. Hey guys, I think we will. Let me see if there are. No, I was. Let me end with this because. So, Little Jelly, strategy of tension. Strategy of tension, guys. That there, I think I will make another video if there is interest, because the what happened in Italy, it's unbelievable, unbelievable. Now, just to finish with this because it's really unbelievable. Bunga Bunga Berlusconi, which was prime minister and still is in politics and influences everything in politics today. This monster, there were the state, let's say, tried to fight the mafia here in Italy, and in the 90s, the mafia responded. Risposto, how do you say? Responded, yes. I hope it's right, the word. Responded by killing 2 judges, 2 persecutors in Sicily. And this was, I don't know, maybe some of you know it. I mean, in the highway, the car exploded when it was passing. And the highway, just look, guys, because this is the image. The image is very strong. Falcone. Strada means highway. Look, guys, what horror. No, I want something from up. Look, guy, what the monsters did. It's unbelievable. Let me move my head. Anyway, this is the highway, guys, seen from above. The cars are full of debris, are sommerse. Come si dice sommerso? Sommerse. Black. How come sommerso is black, man? Come on. There are sometimes there are some words that are better explain the thing. I mean, they are full, but it's full. It's not the right word. They have all this debris. I mean, this thing has exploded, and all the debris. Look, it's covering the cars. Look, the car. You almost don't see the car from the explosion. Look what the monster have done, because they wanted to kill. In one of these cars, there was this judge who was doing a great job to find these monsters. Now, this is important. I will return now to another. This is important because I want to show my face. But anyway, there is no time to do this now. But I think the judges, even though they were working for the monsters, the thugs, as I say in the comment, I mean, for me, the state is the real criminal who makes Albanians and people from Kosovo and from Africans and whatever, the gypsies and everything, they use them the way they want. Okay, if the state doesn't want that there is criminality, they have the means and the way to stop everything. You just give someone job so that him or her, instead of going to work for criminality, will work for a normal job. And there are lots of stuff to do, but they don't create jobs because people should lick the butts of their bosses so that they have this tension all the time, and this is done intentionally because here we can work everybody and work less, but they won't accept it because it ruins their system. They want it like this. People should not have time to do anything. So the state, in this case, in the 90s, to make believe to people that we are fighting the mafia, they made these attempts to stop them. And so there was this judge Falcone and Borsellino, which were doing a great job and found many members of the mafia, and the mafia killed them. In my opinion, I have not digged very much, but my gut says to me that this was done intentionally to scare Italian people, so that the message is, look what you get if you want to follow justice. Okay? So in Italy, for example, there is the law and there is the meta law, which is what really moves everything here in Italy, what really matters. Meaning that, okay, we say we love democracy and everywhere, but you go to work, you abbassi la testa, you bend, and you say what they tell you to do. If you don't do it, if you say the boss is mean or something, there are cases where the boss have killed their employees for telling them that this is not right, what they are doing to me. You are not paying me, for example. They delay the payment, and there have been cases where these monsters killed people just because they asked for what they deserved, the money that they worked for. And so in this way, they give this message to people that you should accept the system corrupt as it is and should not seek justice, because you end up dead. You explode like this. Okay? They kill you. Okay? So the mafia is the state, guys. Okay? Criminality is themselves, the people at the top with the tie and suit and tie. How do you say? The monsters. Okay? So that is why, let me finish now. That is why, so that is why, guys, I'm saying that there is only one fight. Us at the top, the monsters at the top against us, and us against them. Humans against the monsters. Now, of course, you will say that there are people among us that are working for them. So, are they my enemies? No, they are not your enemies. The problem is this, as Dr. Jones says, culture is very important. With culture, it's like they are the soil. They are preparing the soil for what they want to plant. Okay? So, if you prepare the soil with television, movies, and everything, for monstrous plants, Monsanto plants, GMOs, you prepare the soil for that kind of plant. If you put a, a sane, I was going to say, a healthy plant from a good organic seed there, it dies. So with culture, they prepare, and what gets from that soil out is monster plants, humans. Okay. And somehow, for some reason, maybe they didn't prepare the soil thoroughly everywhere. There are these out of place people like us that have came out sane, and not like we should have. So even though they tried everything, it is a miracle with all this propaganda and attack and risk in your life for doing this. This is a miracle that we are still here. I want to end with these powerful words. Goodbye, my friends. Thank you, everybody, for watching, if you have watched until the end. Bye-bye.